All right, welcome back everyone to Visual Design for Multimedia. Today we're going to delve back into WordPress design, specifically for portfolio websites. We're going to talk about themes, theme options, and customization options. And then we're also going to look at the WordPress menu system. So kind of a two-sided tutorial today. All right, so this is my test site I'm working with. Instead of going in through Bluehost, this time I'm going to show you how to go in after you have launched your website. A classic way to do that is just to go to your URL and then type in a /wp-login.php. This is kind of your standard WordPress login page. I've already got my username and password loaded in, so I'm going to log in. And this is just a much faster way than having to go through your Bluehost admin. But again, that's only after you have actually launched your site. There's usually like a launch button here to go live when you're ready. And I've already launched this one, even though it's not fully designed out yet. It's just another way you can go in. All right. So right off the bat, let's talk about themes. So I have a couple of different, there's so many themes out there. But a couple that I have worked with before that I'll always recommend. Elegant themes are pretty nice. Let me turn off notifications there. They create some really nice stuff, and they have kind of like they're free to a certain point, and then they start to cost money. But they have this, I'll link this along with the tutorial video here. But obviously they recommend 2021. That's the one that comes with WordPress. Lots of options and lots of ways you can build this theme out. It's a free download. They have some other ones in here, Storefront. They've got this one, Generate Press. That one actually looks kind of cool. Maybe we'll go ahead and download Generate Press. Let's get the free download on that one. I'll show you how to load one manually here. And then we'll go and look at this Neve as well. Looks kind of like a nice one there as well. We'll go ahead and download that. So there's lots of ways to get them, whether you go through the themes panel and search for WordPress themes there, or you just go out into the browser and search for things. This Ocean one is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and grab that one. It is important to look whether they're free or not. So obviously they have some different options for free ones versus pay for. You don't always get all the bells and whistles with the free version. So there's a couple of good ones we can work with. There's also WP Beginner is a great site, and they obviously have kind of a 64 best free WordPress blog themes for 2021. And maybe instead of just searching for blog, you search for portfolio themes, or specifically what kind of band themes or art themes. There's so many different options that are out there to work with. So this Bento one looks like it could have some potential to it. Let's go ahead and check out Bento. Yeah, why not? Let's download that one as well. Okay, so those are all coming down in my downloads window. I'm going to go ahead and close those up. So really the lesson is search around, look around the internet, do some searches for best highly rated WordPress portfolio themes, highly rated band portfolio themes for WordPress. Switch up your keywords. I mean, you can always come to Appearance here and go to Themes. And you can do a search here as well. So you can say hey, I want to go and look for some new themes out there. Let me close some of these little update things that are going on. I can add a new theme, and then I can search within the system. And the cool thing about searching within the WordPress system is you are going to get vetted themes, like themes that don't have any bugs, themes that have been updated within a certain period of time. Sometimes when you go out on the web, you grab old themes that weren't put together very well. So you have to be a little more choosy of what you're getting out there when you just do general searches. Make sure that they're not just make sure they've been updated in the last 6 months. Anything beyond that, and you're going to have possibilities of security issues. So that's just something you're going to want to watch out for. Same thing with plugins. So when you do search through the WordPress dashboard, you get stuff that's already pre-vetted by WordPress. When you just go out onto the web, you don't. So just kind of a lesson. But then you get more when you go out on the web. So, you got to kind of find your balance out there. Excuse me. So right off the bat, I know I downloaded some themes. I'm going to go to Upload Theme. I'm going to browse on my computer. They came down as zip files. So if I go to, here's a couple of them right there. I think I can only do one at a time. It doesn't want to confuse them. So let's do Bento and install it now. We've got to wait for a second. It's loading in. And so many different themes are going to have different functionality out there. It's unpacking, installing themes, success. Great. I'm not going to activate it yet. I'm going to go back and install another theme. So let's go ahead and upload another theme here. Let's get generate. I don't think I'll get all these, but I'll get like 3 of them so we can kind of look at them. Theme is installed. One more here. Let's grab Neve. That one's a little bigger. Cool. So let's go ahead and go to our themes again and just look at what all is installed already. So now you'll see I have put in Bento, GeneratePress, and Neve. Obviously, there's not a lot of content in my site yet. So if I do a live preview, I'm probably not going to see a whole lot. I'm going to have to really get in there. But I can at least see in a live preview kind of like what some of the controls are that come with this. So like this site has... there's a theme manual here you can go to with a nice support website to kind of walk you through everything, which is always really nice. And additional CSS, all sorts of different things. So that's always good. Looking to see what kind of support there is for the theme and how often the updates are happening, that's huge. So that's already nice to see just like right in the settings. So this is all part of that like customize area that came up in the preview. Let's go ahead and activate. And I'm just going to come back so you can see that kind of jump to the customize, but customize is right underneath the theme. So you'll see active is Bento right now. So let's go back to customize. Occasionally you'll see another like Bento settings, but that is getting less and less popular of a method now that we have such a robust customize section where you get to kind of see your customizations live versus like some back-end editor that then you'd have to like publish and look at later, right? So I can come in here. There's obviously the help section. There's a site identity. So I can go ahead and change my title to Flow ILM. Get rid of the welcome. I could set a site icon if I had one. I don't have one yet. I could select an image for a logo. I don't have that yet, but say I go out there and maybe on my desktop, see if there's anything that could possibly work. This could work. It's probably going to want me to crop it. A lot of times there's a cropping tool. Yeah, that'll work. Choose image. We'll see how that goes. Actually, I don't know if that's going to fit here. There might have been, let's see, upload logo on a smartphone. Leave this blank. We'll see how it comes out. Most of the time, you're going to want a logo on like a PNG with a transparent background, or at least like a small JPEG, something that fits there. But we'll keep coming back. Site elements looks like load post at the same page, fix header, hide submenus. So some things, hide author blocks below posts. It doesn't say who the author is. That's always a nice feature. Load posts on the same page in blog, fix header, hide submenu and mobile menu. Just some different features you can do. Under site layout, looks like we could bring this up to like a 1320 width, depending on how big of a screen. You can do the wide layout or a boxed layout, where it's going to kind of change things out a little bit. I'll leave it on box for right now. Looks like we have some different like top right, a centered top option. Looks like Flow ILM goes to the middle. Some different layout options there, which is always nice. Not all of them always have that. Where your sidebar is, whether it's full width, left, or sidebar. I'll put it on full width. We have colors we can play with. Select a background color. Some pretty bad colors there, but you know, we can play around with it. Go a little lighter. Pick something, maybe a nice little tint to it. Select a color. So these are some basics. We can do a background image. We're not going to do that right now. Fonts and typography. Different themes are going to have different fonts that you can play around with. So you can, in this one, you can use Google Fonts, which is really awesome. So I can go out there and designate a specific Google font that I want to work with. It looks like the default is Open Sans. Menu font default is Montserrat. So Google Fonts, there's a whole list of really awesome web fonts that are out there. You can pick out. So I could say like Coda Caption for one of these. So header is Coda Caption. And maybe I could change my menu font to hopefully something pretty readable. How about Mukta? And I can go ahead and set a default size like what I wanted at. So for my menu, 14 is fine. Maybe my body text, I want to do something different, or my header font, I want to do something different, depending on what I want to do. So nice font and typography. We've got header colors. Obviously, I can change this primary color. I can do all sorts of different things, menus, backgrounds. There's actually a lot of color options on this theme. Not all have that. Content as well. All sorts of link colors, text cuttings, button colors, all sorts of different things like that. We've got footer colors. So if you don't like this dark gray, we could change that. And it's going to give you a live preview of what it's going to look like. Maybe I go with like a nice dark blue to match sort of my blue background. So many different options here. We've got menus. We're going to go to menus here in a second and talk about those. Widgets, some homepage settings, whether or not you have a static page as your homepage or all of your latest posts. A header image you can drop in at the top here. So I could go up and upload another file. Now I have a header file that's going to be in there at the top of my posts. So, a lot of great features here. And like I said, every theme, it's going to be a little different. And then, there was that support page with custom CSS. This is where you could paste in some of that custom CSS to change things up, to change sizes, colors, structures, things like that. So, lots to do. If I like where it's at, I can hit publish. And that's published. Now I can click out of the customize menu and I could go back to themes again. If I didn't like that, I could let's look at one more, Nev, and see what it looks like in a live preview. So a little bit different, obviously. We've got live view. These are pro features, so this is another ones where it's like, yeah, this is the stuff you get for free. But if you want all this other cool stuff, custom layouts, blog booster, head booster, other things like that, well, then you're going to have to pay for it. But it's got, looks like you can change your logo. Ooh, that's a nice little logo section with some other options that you can do. We can do a tagline option. So a few things here. Looks like there's some layout tools as well as to how you style them out. So definitely a little different on some of its customized options. We've got footer options. It's using a slightly different system here. Again, I can change images, colors. I can drop different things into the footer zone. So this is interesting. It's almost more of a drag and drop system, it looks like, where we might even be able to move some things around. I can drop different things into the footers. So I like this one already for using a little bit more of a current kind of customization system. Colors and backgrounds. I have a dark mode, a base mode, all these different colors, background images. Again, typography, general typography versus some of the body stuff, headings, etc. Buttons. Form fields, so that's cool. It has some built-in forms with this theme. Menu systems additional, and it looks like additional CSS as well. So you're going to see, like, as you look at each of these different themes, you're going to get at different styles, different layouts, different features that you can customize. And so you just kind of have to explore on your own, okay? Let's look at the last one that I installed. This was the Generate Press. Let's do a live preview of this guy. So again, this one has some premium stuff as well that you can go check out and see what all the premium stuff can do. But it looks like, again, you have a site identity. You have a layout, some layout options, how the header works, whether it's full width or with sidebars, where your navigation is going to be and how it drops down or doesn't drop down. Sidebars, footer, blog, typography, color. This one's a little less than the other two, but if it's enough that it works with and it's the look and feel that you want, then you're good to go. This one has the little icons where I can click on items too and update them directly by clicking on them. So anytime you see these little blue icons, that's ones you can do kind of in the live editor itself. So Go out there, research some themes, look at each one, look at what the features are, especially the free themes that are out there, and see just how free it really is and if it has all the features that you need. All right. Next thing we're going to do is look at menus. So I'm going to go to the menu section here. We looked about this in the intro, but I want to go into a little bit more detail. Sometimes what happens is that your menu won't go live. You'll have sort of a default menu on your site, and you actually have to create a menu name to begin with. Sometimes there isn't a default menu. So let's just call this main menu. And you can do wherever you want it. Let's just call this the primary menu because sometimes your sites have a footer area as well. And I'm not going to turn on this automatically add new levels. We're going to go ahead and create the menu. So this is just a menu container, okay? Give it a second here. Now that we have the menu container, we can add menu items from the left side to this menu. And then you'll see you can actually have multiple menus, and that's what this manage menu locations is. You can decide what menu goes where. In this case, I'll make the same menu for the footer as for the header and save. And let's go back and edit the menu. Okay. So now we can add items from this left column over here. Say I have my sample page that I want to add. I can select it and hit Add to Menu. Now I have that in my menu system. I can go to Posts, and I could add the Hello World post and add it to my menu. I could go to Custom Links and say I want to make a menu that sends me to Google. So google.com and name it Google and add that to the menu. And I can add categories. And we're going to talk about categories in the future here, but you're going to be able to set categories for like groups of posts. So maybe I have a bunch of posts that are all sculpture projects. Well, I could create a category called sculpture and add them here. For this case, I'll add the uncategorized. And we can move them around. They go top to bottom, left to right, or top to bottom, depending if you have a vertical or horizontal menu system. But say I want Hello World to go first and then Google to go last, I can drag and drop these. Or I can make one a submenu of the other. I can have Hello World and then the sample page is a sublink of that. Once I got them where I want, I hit Save Menu. And then just go view your site. I'm going to go visit the site. And you'll see I now have a menu at the top. Here's that Hello World with the sublink of sample page. There's uncategorized, and there's Google. And if I click Google, it's going to take me to Google. If I click uncategorized, it's going to take me to an uncategorized category. There's only one post in it so far. If I go to Hello World, it's going to take me to the sample page, or I can just click on Hello World, and it'll take me to my Hello World post. So if I click the main name, it takes me back to my home page again. So that's how easy it is. If I don't want sample page to be a sub anymore, I just drag it back out so it's not sort of like, indented underneath it. I can make uncategorize the first one on the item by moving it and dragging it up. Then I can hit Save Menu. Come back, refresh. And now uncategorize is first, no sub menu. Boom, 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 my menu is updated. So pretty neat stuff. You'll see there's a menu in this particular theme at the top and a menu in the footer, which is great, right? But you can always add more menus as well. So you don't have to stick with just the one menu in here. You can create a new menu. So I could create a footer menu that's different from the header menu. So we can call this footer menu. Create that. I should have set the position on that, but I can always come in here, select footer, and let's make that the footer menu and save. But I could go to manage locations and do it there as well. That's just sort of a shortcut. And now I can come back into the footer menu and I can put different things in here. So in the footer menu, I could make sample page first and add that. Oh. Add that in. And I can make a new custom link. I could put in youtube.com and name the link YouTube and add that to the menu. And then I could save. And when we come back and refresh, you're going to see my footer has a different menu now than my header. So I have one menu up there and another menu down here. Doesn't always happen, but sometimes you want that, and you want to be able to send people in different directions depending on where they are in your site. So it's a really easy to use menu system. It's drag and drop. You can set it, like I said, you can add pages, posts, custom links, and categories. And as we learn how to categorize our posts and make these listings, it's going to become a really powerful tool. And again, you can come back through Customize and look at your menus as well. There's some options in here. So I can always come in here and I can unfold and I can actually explore the orders and links and add menus through here as well. I find it a little easier to go to the main menu area, but again, you can add all sorts of things in here. So I can add an item. I can add another. I was actually looking for there's custom links. So I could add another one here. We could go to twitter.com, Twitter, and add that to the menu. I'm not sure why that's not adding right now. Oh, it might be because there's no HTTP on that. There we go. That one really wanted you to have the HTTP. So now you'll see it even gives you a live preview of it. I haven't published it yet, but I can see it live and kind of see the order. And I can move it around and see like, okay, that's what it looks like with Twitter first, blah, blah, blah. So, lots of options there. And I can do it live. I can click on these and kind of check things out. And if I like it, I'm good to go. Or I can go in and edit my main menu as well and come back out and say, oh, let's tweak the main menu. And let's move uncategorized to the bottom, see a live preview of it. That's where I like it. Then I publish and it goes permanent. So 2 different ways to access the menu. Similar drop down menu items, slightly organized a little bit different ways, but pretty much doing the same things. Hopefully that gets you started on picking out some themes, really going deeper into the customization of those themes, and then how to begin getting a basic menu system set up. For now, I would focus on getting a contact page, an about page, a home page, and then I would think about start creating some posts, individual projects, student projects, works of art, or design projects as individual posts, and then we'll be showing you in a future lesson how to categorize those posts and add those to the menu. All right, we're going to stop there. Good luck and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.